Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear handball friends, also a very warm welcome to all our followers on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. The draw event today will be with two parts. We will have two parts. The first one is the relegation round for the qualifiers for 2022 for the men's Euro in Hungary and Slovakia. And the second part will be the draw for phase one for the men's World Championship Qualification Europe, which will be in Egypt in 2021. The first step was already done for the men's EHF Euro 2022 in Hungary and Slovakia, starting in January this year with the qualification phase one. And this leads to the composition of the two pots. We will have 6 teams, 3 teams in pot 1. These are the winners of the qualification phase 1, Cyprus and Luxembourg, together with the winner of the EHF Emerging Nation Championship this year, and this is Georgia. And they will meet the 3 lowest ranked teams of the men's EHF Euro 2020 qualifiers, and these are the teams of Belgium, Estonia and Finland. The winners of the playoff matches, which will be drawn immediately after the short introduction, will qualify for the qualifiers for the men's EHF Euro 2022 Hungary, Slovakia. And to start with the draw, I would like to invite my colleague Markus Glaser, Chief Sport Officer of the EHF. We start with 1 team from each pot, and the team which will be drawn first has home right in the first leg. Okay, Markus. Now 1 team from pot 2. The first team drawn is Georgia. And they will meet Finland, so Georgia has home right in the first leg against Finland. Luxembourg is the first opponent in the second match. And they will meet Estonia in the second playoff match for the qualifiers 2022. The last match starts with Belgium. And they will meet Cyprus. This completes the draw for the qualifiers, for the relegation round for the qualifiers for 2022, Hungary, Slovakia. With the matches, the playoff matches, Georgia, Finland, Luxembourg against Estonia, and Belgium against Cyprus. And the connection between the relegation round and the World Championship is easy to explain. We will have, depending on the involvement of the teams in the relegation round and in the World Championship qualification, a limited space to play these matches. If we can find a common date in the 3 national team weeks in October this year or in January next year, or if this will be the only possibility, then we have to play the playoff matches for the relegation round in the 2nd week of the Men's Euro 2020 in Sweden, Austria and Norway. And as explained, we continue immediately with a draw for the Men's World Championship qualification phase 1. Therefore, we have to refill the pots. And not to lose too much time, to be honest, this qualification procedure for the Men's World Championship 2021 in Egypt is one of the most complicated we ever had in the EHF, because probably you know that the number of teams increased from 24 to 32, and directly also connected with this fact is that the Olympic Games qualification tournament or the Olympic Games qualification is also colliding with our national team weeks. Therefore, we had to create a new qualification process. We will start with the draw today for the qualification phase 1, which will be played either in home and away match or in a tournament format. The nations will have approximately 4 weeks' time to decide whether to play home and away or to play in a tournament. Then we will have the so-called qualification phase 2, part 1, which will be played parallel to the Olympic Games qualification tournaments in April. And the last phase will be phase 2, part 2, with the always used in the past playoff matches in June next year. We have 3 pots with teams containing which are not qualified for the men's 2020 Euro in Sweden, Austria and Norway. And these teams are Belgium, Cyprus, Estonia, Faroe Island, Finland, Georgia, Greece, Israel, Italy, Kosovo, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Romania, Slovakia and Turkey. These teams are separated in 3 pots. In pot 3, we will start with, are Cyprus, Georgia and Luxembourg. That means that means these are the teams, the winners of the qualification phase 1 for the 2022 Euro in Hungary, Slovakia. And these are Cyprus, Georgia and Luxembourg. Cyprus and Luxembourg as winners of the phase 1 and Georgia as winner of the Emerging Nation Championship. In pot 2, we have all teams ranked 4th in the 2020 qualifiers. And in pot 1, we have the 4 teams which finished on rank 3 and did not qualify for Sweden, Austria and Norway. Pot 2, I forgot to mention, it's Belgium, Estonia, Faroe Island, Finland, Greece, Kosovo, Romania and Slovakia. And in pot 1, we have Israel, Italy, Lithuania and Turkey. We will start with row 4 for group 1, 2 and 3 with pot 3, and then continue with pot 2 for row 3 for all groups, row 2 for all groups, before we have the head of the groups in row 1 with pot 1. Okay, we can start. The first team in row 4, group 1, is Luxembourg. Second team, row 4, group 2, Cyprus. And Georgia is the third team in row 4, group 3. And now we continue with row 3 and 2. Faroe Islands, first team in row 3, group 1. Finland, row 3, group 2. Kosovo, row 3, group 3. And now we start with the only group of 3 teams with Estonia, row 3 in group 4. Slovakia, the first team in row 2, group 1. Greece, row 2, group 2. Romania, row 2, group 3. And Belgium, row 2, group 4. We continue with pot 1, Israel, Italy, Lithuania and Turkey. The head of the group 1, Lithuania. Head of group 2, Israel. head of Group 3, Italy. And head of Group 4, Turkey. This completes the draw, and we have the 4 groups. Group 1, Lithuania, Slovakia, Faroe Island and Luxembourg. Group 2, Israel, Greece, Finland and Cyprus. Group 3, Italy, Romania, Kosovo and Georgia. And Group 4, the only group of 3 teams with Turkey, Belgium, Estonia. As already mentioned, the teams have now 4 weeks' time to decide whether to play in home and away format or in the tournament format in one venue. The playing periods are defined by our national team weeks, end of October this year and beginning of January, 2 weeks in 2020 next year. And thank you very much, Markus, for your assistance, and thank you all of our fans and supporters and followers for your attendance. Have a nice day. Goodbye.